Hello everybody, this is Totally Mach here, and I'm ready to tell you what happened on AEW Rampage while I'm here within the dwelling. Now, let's get to the summary, and then I'll get to the main event, okay? So, basically, the first match for the night was Wheeler Yuda versus Adam Page. Wheeler Yuda, straight out of the gate, went and drop kicked him, showed his technical prowess, put him in some crazy submission holds, basically was stretching him, but the thing is, Adam Page, he fought back. Personally, I think he should have finished him with the Avalanche Death Valley Driver, as you see him being launched from the third rope, but it just, for some reason, he had to do the Death Rider, which I understand. Come on, he's trying to get the attention of Moxley, but come on, at least do the Death Rider off of the top rope, alright? An Avalanche version, or whatever. He pins Wheeler Yuda 1, 2, 3, and there you go. We have Adam Page right there, trying to be cocky. Andretti and Ricky Starks then have their segment where they talk about how Jericho and his gang, his purple gang to be exact, they always have to have a bat involved, and they always have to have the group involved, and they always have to cheat, and they always have to do whatever it takes. Come on, this is the Bleach Chuglo gang themselves. What do you expect, Ricky Starks and Andretti? Come on, this is what they do. Next, we got Kingston, and Kingston, he's ready to go home. That's what he's saying in this segment. Where is home? I don't know, but this is actually foreshadowing, because next we hear the eerie music of Jeff Jarrett. Now, technically, it's his song combined with Jay Lethal's song, but you hear that, a couple of notes in the beginning, those all too familiar, creepy notes. Him, Jay Lethal, Sangwon Singh, they face Danhausen and some other members from Best Friends. Alright, the only one who probably matters in this match is Danhausen. He takes a spotlight with his ukulele, which gets smashed up by Sangwon Singh. I guess Danhausen wants something. He wants an instrument. He doesn't like Jeff Jarrett's guitar taking the attention from Danhausen. Well, we had a lot of hugging. We have what you would normally expect. The Best Friends go out and play. The thing is, towards some of the spots that I saw, Orange Cassidy punches the pencil off of the ear of Sanjay Dutt. Another memorable moment. Then we have Jeff Jarrett. They have this gimmick going on about him taking some dude's trophy, and basically Jeff Jarrett uses it as an object to beat down old Danhausen, even though Danhausen technically wanted to hit him with his own guitar first, but that doesn't count, okay? But what do you think happens next? Then Sangwon Singh, he stands over a being Danhausen. Sangwon Singh pins him 1, 2, 3, and it's all over. Next, we got. Why are you doing this? This is Jay Lethal's basically Book of Truth gimmick from ROH. Same thing, but we got Powerhouse Hobbs. We have this book basically made by Nostradamus, because supposedly it has everything that has happened to him and everything that will happen. You want to make him an all-powerful, dangerous monster. I get that. Do you need that stupid little book? Is that book gonna give me some recipes of how to beat my enemies? Maybe that'd be more I don't know, entertaining, is because it seems like that's your angle. That's your angle, but whatever. Hobbs beats some dude called Mud. He beats him with a reverse Death Valley driver, torture rack gimmick, pins him 1, 2, 3, and that's the end of that. Next, we got Dante and Darius Martin. They're being interviewed in a segment, and they talk about how they've been great. And I mean, it is the truth. They beat that Casino Royale. They beat the Young Bucks. Come on, that's, whew. I mean, in AEW to do that, you're getting pushed to the top. But they need AR Fox with them, and they will fight the Elite for those trio championships. I hope the best to them, and great people. Hope the best. Next, we got a segment with Dustin Reynolds, or Dustin Rhodes, or whatever incarnation, and he's being interviewed by Renee Paquette. He just stands there, talks about how, it wasn't, things are, not that great for him. And then we got Swervy Perv and the Happy Gang, or I don't know what you'd call these guys, the merry band of musicians or muscle. Swervy Perv starts talking about how Dustin isn't all that great, how Cody Rhodes isn't that great. He says his brother, but we know who he's talking about. And then he mentions Dusty Rhodes, and that basically sets Dustin off. Tells him, hey, get my dad's name out of your mouth. And they get separated. Yeah, so expect some action between them. Next, we got Jade Cargill and Layla. She gets interrupted by Red Velvet, and Red Velvet basically says, hey, your time is up, basically, which is just laughable. If anybody was supposed to take it from her, it would have been Mercedes Money. Match starts off. One of the biggest moves that I saw was Emmy doing a surfboard to Hayter. Pretty impressive move, even though a lot of people do it. It's still very impressive. On Hayter, she does what you would call a trio of exploders on the Queen herself. I also noticed the Queen did not do the typical "I'm gonna sit on you and drink tea" spot. But then next we got a move with Emi Sakura, where she does a stalling backbreaker. Pretty impressive. She kept her up there for a bit. Jamie Hayter then later on in the match does a avalanche cutter. Now that should have been the move that finished her off. I guess not. They continue. I disagree. Come on, when you do those avalanche moves, it should be one of those moves where the teammates should interrupt to make sure she doesn't pin the other individual 1, 2, 3. And she's basically spanking Jamie Hayter's face. As you can see, I don't have a clip of it, but she spanks her face multiple times, though it's not enough. And Toni Storm does a couple of lariats, does her ripcord lariat, clothesline, call it whatever you may. She then pins her 1, 2, 3. Though it took her a while, she would try to attempt the ripcord clothesline. Though Emi Sakura would dodge it, even doing some devastating backdrop on her. But hey, when she finally makes contact with her move, or I think they also call it the Haterade, pins her 1, 2, 3. She defends her title, and there you go. That's the end of AEW Rampage. Like, subscribe, comment.